Good afternoon, students, and welcome to your violin class with me, your private violin lesson with me. So today we just talked about some really important elements of bow technique. Bow technique is very important because it's what makes the sound come from your violin. So without the bow, we would only be able to pluck. For the sound to come out of the violin. But thank goodness we have horse here to do this with. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to encourage you to practice this method every day except for Sunday. So you will have, Friday, you'll have Saturday, you'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Whenever your lesson is for next week, you'll be able to accomplish this every single day with this method. So let's get started. Your bow is very important to tighten or loosen to make sure that it has the right strength, because if it's too loose, it won't play. If it's too tight, you'll get a cringe sound. So always make sure that it's between tighten and loose. So this is what it will look like. If it is too loose, you'll see all those hairs separated. So we need it between tight and loose. This is what it's going to look like. If it is way too tight, you can't get anything. There's nothing loose at all about that. So we want it looser than that. We want it less tighter than that. So that's a good way of seeing it right there. That it's good. It's still tight, but it's not too tight to make a cringe sound. So if you're sitting here watching this video and you're thinking, how is this going to help me not sound like awful? Well, this is one of the steps. So relax, take a deep breath, and say this with me. I can do this. I can do this. I'm smart. I'm talented. I can do this. I can do this. So the next thing you want to do is always practice your bow hold. So remember that first video that we talked about bow hold? We're going to do this again. So remember, what's the first thing? Thumbs up, right? So thumbs come first. Okay, curve their thumb. Then the first finger. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. I want to see this. Okay. All right. Now way up here. I want it down here. Okay. The next one. The next one. And the next one. Your pinky should not be out here. Okay. You're always going to be adjusting your hand while you play. So get used to that. Okay. It's the same idea. You're going to always have to adjust yourself when you go up to a new level on a video game. So bring the pinky more towards you. The pinky should always be curved when we're going down, when we're going up on the violin. But when we're coming down, the pinky straightens. Okay, curve it up when we go straight up, curve, and then flatten it out when we come down. Okay, your thumb will always stay curved when you play on the violin. Okay, so this is one of the steps that's going to help you have a better sound when you play on the violin. All right, so what's first? Wrong, right, wrong, right. Look at yourself in the mirror when you do this, okay? All right, now if your pinky is way up here, bring it down here, okay? All right, so this is what it should look like. Not like this, and never like this, okay? That's already giving me pain in my shoulder doing that. So keep it up. Your hand should be not up like this, but a little down, okay? You need to push it down, all right? Never up, bring it down, okay? Your fingers should be laying on the bow, not down here and not up here, down here. Okay, fix it. Always fixing. You're creating what's called muscle memory, okay? All right, so the next thing you're gonna wanna do, so we went through fixing the bow hair. We went through fixing the bow hair, fixing our bow hand. So now we're going to work on a couple exercises. We already talked about up like a rocket, down like the rain, back and forth like a choo-choo train. But here's the thing: while you're doing these exercises, keep the pinky curved, keep the thumb curved, and keep the hand relaxed. The only firm grip that you should have is on your thumb. The rest of the fingers, the thumb and these two fingers, okay? This finger and this finger should be relaxed, okay? So when you go to play, You're nice and light, okay? But here's the thing, right now we're not playing on the violin. We're doing exercises. So your hands should still feel relaxed, okay? It's almost like practicing holding a pencil. You know how you write and you're relaxed? Hopefully you're not one that really presses down when you write, but you should be relaxed when you hold a pencil. I encourage you, if you have trouble with cringing sounds in the violin, get a pencil or a pen out and hold the pencil or the pen like you're going to play on the bow, okay? And this will help you relax your hand instead of making, okay? So practice doing this with before the bow. Up, down, side to side. See, it's really light. It's not heavy at all, right? Up and down and stir the soup. Still keep that thumb curve, still keep that pinky curve, right? All right. So the next thing is go ahead, after you've done that a couple times, take your bow. You should have that feeling of a light weight. You should have it lightweight. Okay, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so keep that thumb curved, keep that pinky curved. Don't go up here, keep it down. Don't go like this, keep it loose. Up and down, go back and forth, and stir the soup, okay? All right, now let's have it like this, okay? Right now there's no violin, so let's place our bow on our shoulder. Now our bow feels really relaxed. Our bow hand feels really relaxed, right? So go down, straighten that pinky, go up, straighten that pinky. Now if you cringe down, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it in your on your shoulder. So relax with the bow. Go down, straighten the pinky, go up, curve the pinky, keep your thumb curved. Now remember to curve your bow that way, not towards you, but that way, okay? Down and up and down and up. I do about 10 of these. And remember, this part of your arm is going to not go out. It's going to, only this from your elbow to here is it going to come out. Just like that. It's just like an exercise. Isn't that cool? All right. Good job. Good job. And the point of this is to keep your wrist relaxed because that's where the pressure of the is going to come on the violin. Okay. All right. Good job. Got a little rosin on my shoulder, but that's all right. Add some more rosin to your bow, and it shouldn't take you long. When you take your rosin, go up and down, up and down. I mean, you can do each section if you want, but I would suggest just going up and down with the rosin, a couple of times. All right, let's get our violin out. Don't place your fingers on the fingerboard. Just place it right here. Place your left hand right here. All right, bow hand, right hand. All right, let's go ahead and just do the D string, okay? So right now, you have all your pressure on the bow, not on your hand. Resting, just place the bow. Just place the bow on your violin. Just place it there. Don't have any pressure here. Just relax. Relax your hand, okay? Just relax your hand. Don't even play yet. Just relax. Kind of just get familiar how this feeling feels without playing on it, right? Now, when you want to go down, okay, the pressure should not come from the wrist. We're practicing without pressure. So just go down, keep your hand really light. There we go. Take your time, don't go fast. Go back up. See what my hand did? Watch my hand again. Really nice and relaxed. Going back up. See what my wrist is doing? Look at my wrist. That's what your wrist and your hand should look like when you come up, okay? So if you have colors on your violin bow, like purple, green, yellow, orange, okay? Go ahead and practice that. But I want you to establish one thing. Keep that relaxing feeling. Don't be crunching with your wrist, for firm wrist. We don't want a firm wrist. We only want a firm wrist if we're going to go. Okay, we want a firm wrist when it comes to really harsh and loud sounds, but we still have that light feeling on our wrist. Okay, all right, this will come by practice. It will not come by osmosis, but take some time, at least 10 minutes out of your practice time to do this with me. Here we go. Let's go back to the D and let's do some quarter notes. Next part of your bow. Relax your hand, curve your thumb. Now your G. Good. Now your A. Let's go to the upper part of your bow. And now the tip of your bow on the E string. Okay, so good job. So spend 10 minutes, even if you have to go back into this section of the video and work it, that's fine. All right, now let's do some screen sharing and let's go and look through your book and let's talk about that. Okay, so by now you've had a little basic music theory by now with me in your lesson. The beat, the pulse of music. The beat is, I'm reading from the top of the book, and on page, I'm not sure what page this is. This is page number, I don't know what page, oh, number 5, page number 5. Here we go. All right, wait a minute. Page number 4. Yeah, page number 4. Okay, here we go. Page number 4. The beat is in music should be very steady, just like your pulse, just like your pulse of your beat, your heart. Quarter note, a 1 beat of sound. Notes tell us how high or low. So we've basically talked about this already. So let's skip through this part. If you want to read through this, you can go ahead and read it on your own time. Let's skip to the tuning of the track. If you have the CD to this book, I would instruct you to listen to it while you're learning this book. But if you don't, let's just keep playing. So number 2 talks about let's play open D, pizzicato. So at this point, if you are just now starting with with your first violin lesson with me, you're going to want to pizzicato. But if you've had more than one lesson with me, I want you to go ahead and apply your bow to the violin, and let's do this together. Here we go. D. So 3 quarter notes and a rest. Ready, go. Rest. 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 And you're going to repeat that same exact thing on A, on number 3. And go ahead, let's play that now. Rest. 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 Now, for me personally, with the experience that I've had, I still have to adjust my bow sometimes. So if you have to adjust your bow, adjust it now, please. All right, now number 4, choose a team. Here we go. We're going from D to A. Here we go. Starting on the D string. Here we go. Rest A. Rest D. Remember, it's a teeter-totter effect. Let's do that one more time, please. D. Rest to A. Rest to D. Good. Number 5, at Patriot's Door. All right. That's it, Patriot's Door. The melody is on your CD if you'd like to play it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now, pizzicato students, if this is your first time. All right. Okay. Now, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest. 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 Let's do that again. Ready, go. Rest. 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 Good, excellent. So if you want to go back and do this a couple more times, that's perfect. Now, for my students that are beginners, let's go ahead and pluck this together. Ready from the letter D. Just put your bow down. Ready, go. Rest. 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 Now, letter A. Ready, go. Rest. 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 Number 4. Ready, go. Rest. 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 Number 5. Ready, go. Rest. 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 Good, excellent. Okay, here we go. Number 5, treble clef. Okay, remember each note for treble clef because that's what violin's playing. So we can do every good boy does fine. And for spaces, direct. Let's see. Do fast action. Cats eating grass. I don't know. You can come up with it. You can come up with something really fun, like does father act curiously eating ganache? That's a piece of chocolate. I don't know. Something funny that you can think of that will help you memorize this will be really fun. But every good boy does fine for the lines is what I've always done. Or every good boy deserves fudge. You know, I mean, what about girls? You know, so every girl buys different fudge. There you go. See, there you go. That works. So, but, or you can say for the spaces, daffodils frantically act carefully eating grass. I don't know. Just come up with something that will help you learn your spaces and help you memorize the lines as well. So, okay, so let's keep going on. So time signature, 4/4 time, 4 beats per measure, and the bottom 4 represents the quarter note or the quarter rest. It gets the beat. So the time signature tells us how many beats are in a measure, each measure, and what kind of note gets. Double bar line, you can see what that looks like. It indicates the end of the piece of music. Number 6, jumping jacks. Identify the clef and time signature before playing. So let's go ahead. It's right here on the 4/4 beat. So let's go ahead and play with the violin for my students who have had more than one lesson with me so far. Here we go. Ready? Okay, starting with D. Ready, go. Rest. 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 Let's do it again. Ready, go. Rest. 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 Mix them up. Here we go. A little bit more complicated, but you can do it. Here we go. 4/4 time. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest. 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 Good job. Let's do that one more time. Ready, go. Rest. 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 Good job. Now let's plutz. Pizzicato, not plots. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Rest. rest, rest. Mix them up. Number 7, ready, go. Rest, rest, rest. Good job. All right. So now, before we continue, I want you to remember that it's very important for you to notice how on the violin bow, it teeter-totters from D to A. You see, watch the bow from D to A, D to A. And you'll practice this. Go ahead and practice this a couple of times. Okay? All right. I probably should do that on a big screen. Hang on a second. Okay, here we go. D, A, D, A, D, A. Keep that bow curved. Keep everything curved. Keep your pinky curved. Keep your thumb curved. Curve, 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 curve. Now long bows. Long, 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 long. Okay? All right. Good job. Do that a couple of times, okay? And that'll help you with what we're doing here. Number 7. Okay, repeat sign. Go back to the beginning and play the music again. Counting. Okay, pretty simple, right? Counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. What is the and stand for? Well, when you have eighth notes, you go 1 and, 1 and, 1 and. That's the 2 eighth notes. 2 and, 3 and, 4 and, 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. But when you have quarter notes, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. When you have whole notes, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, holding out for 4 counts. When it's half notes, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? All right. So count carefully on number 8. Let's start out with our bow. Here we go. I'm going to count while I play. If you can't count with me while you play, well, then count with me while I play. Here we go. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 repeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Good job. All right. If you want to go back and repeat that a couple of times with me, that's great. Now let's pizzicato now. Here we go. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Good job. All right. If you want to go back and repeat that again, you can do that. Number 9, essential element quiz. Okay, write in the counting before you play. Okay, guys. So your number 8 should be a cheat sheet for you for number 9. So next week lesson, let's go over that. Okay. All right. So we already kind of know how to shape our left hand to our violin. We've already talked about this. If you need to go over do a review of this, by all means, go ahead. Number 2, bring your hand to the fingerboard. Place your fingers on the D string, keeping your hand shaped as shown below. Okay, and we talked about this our first lesson. We talked about how to hold the violin with your thumb. Never have it all the way up here. Here, let me go and stop screen sharing. Here we go. Never have it all the way up here. Bring it down, just like the picture shows you in the book. Never have it up here. Have it back here. All right, because when you play on when you place your violin on your shoulder, you want to have that. You want to have that bunny hole. Never up here. Always like here. So the bunny hole. So the bunnies can go through the hole. Okay, we talked about that in our first lesson. All right, let's go back to screen sharing. We are almost done. So that should be the same way with your G string, your D string, your A string, and your E string. Have that bunny hole there. Even though your shoulder, let me stop here again. Even though your elbow moves, here's your G, here's your D, here's your A, and here's your E. A, D, E, or excuse me, let me rephrase that. E, A, D, G. Now, if you have to adjust yourself, that's okay, because the G, okay, has your arm way out, okay, but your E string has your arm way down here. Way up here, way down here. Way up here, and way down here. E, A, D, G, okay? All right, now remember, this wrist right here must be relaxed like this. Never, like, you know, never flat, because that's going to cause it's going to cause carpal tunnel in your wrist, okay, eventually, if you keep playing like this. So up, okay? You see how I'm doing that? All right, now D, A, and E. E, A, D, G. Good. All right, and if you can go back and watch that again, by all means, go ahead and do that. Okay, dokay. Here we go. So you can go ahead and do this on your own. Let's read G. Let's read F sharp. Now, we haven't talked about sharps yet, so don't do that unless you absolutely feel comfortable doing it. But let's do that together on our next lesson. So now, this is exactly what we talked about earlier, pencil hold. If you want to do this exercise, go for it. Shaping the right hand, bow building 1, pencil hold. So hold a pencil in your left hand at an eye level. Okay, so let's do this together. Okay, good, eye level. Hang your right fingers over the top of the pencil. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading this. There we go, that's better. Okay, hang your right fingers over the top of the pencil, okay, just like this. Place your right fourth finger, which is this one right here, on top of the pencil, okay, yeah, all right, awesome. Okay, so now step 4 says touch the tip of your right thumb to the pencil, okay, alrighty, and then just opposite your second finger, okay, so these two fingers are going to touch like this, okay. The curve of your thumb will form an oval with your finger, okay, good. Number 5, lean your right hand so the first finger rests on top of the pencil between the first and the second joint, okay, and you'll see that in the picture, okay. Keep your fingers relaxed. We talked about that. remove your left hand from the pencil. Practice shaping your hand on the pencil until it feels natural to you. Now all these steps are for my very, very beginners, like my first lesson beginners. Everyone that has had more than one lesson with me, go back and review the bow hold exercises and the bow hold shape, okay? This is right now, this is for you, for my first violin students. So, all right, this is all that we are going to be going over to today. If you have any questions about, oh, yes, we need to do one more thing. Oh my goodness, almost forgot. Do one more thing. I have it. No, I don't have it. Hang on. We were going to do a review. Ah, here it is, under my computer. All right, for music theory book, for your music theory book, let's do our review. Okay, we just finished ear training lesson 1 through 5. That's page 8. We'll go to page 9, and we're going to talk about review of lesson 1 through 5 right here. That's what we're going to be doing right now. Okay, how many lines are on a single staff? So each question between number question 1 and 10 is going to be in the beginning of the book, okay? So if you need to review that, go ahead and review that now. Look for the questions and find them, okay? But don't write them down. Okay, all right. The reason why I don't want you to write them down right now is because I want you to do them next lesson with me. So we'll take about 20 minutes to do this. It only should take us about 20 minutes to do this. So how many lines are on a single staff? Don't write it down. 5. Now, why is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 2, how many spaces are in a single staff? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's simple, right? Okay. So number 3, is the 5th line at the bottom or top of the staff? Where is the 5th line? Is it on the top or the bottom of the staff? On the top. Why is that? Well, 5th line's always at the top. It's right there. Okay. Number 4. Which clef is also known as the G clef? Treble clef. Okay. The bass clef is known as the F clef. The G clef is always known as the treble clef. Number 5. The note names of the 5 lines in the treble clef from the bottom to the top are what? So at this point, you should have a name game for each line and each space. Every good boy does fine. Or every good boy deserves fudge. Or every girl, what did I say before? Every girl buys double fudge or deserves fudge, a different fudge. Number 6, the note names of the 4 spaces in the treble clef from the bottom to the top are what? Face, F-A-C-E. Pretty simple, right? Okay, number 7, the line from middle C is called a middle C. It's called a middle line as well. All right, number 8, which clef is also known as the F clef? I just gave you that answer earlier, bass clef. Number 9, the note names of the 5 lines in the bass clef from the bottom to the top. Now, if you're only learning violin and you're not learning piano from me, you can skip this, but if you would like to, it's optional if you'd like to write it down. All right, and it's great big dogs fight animals are the lines for the bass clef. Number 10, the note names of the 4 spaces in the bass clef from the bottom are let me see that again. The note names of the 4 spaces in the bass clef from bottom to top are all cows eat animals. All cows eat grass. All cows eat grass. Okay. Number 11. Excuse me, gracious. Write the letter names of the notes. Okay, so you're gonna write the letter names of the notes. Now, if you're not doing piano with me and you're just doing violin, you can skip the bass clefs, optional if you'd like to do them. So you're doing number 1, you're doing letter A, letter C, and letter E, okay? So the first one is D, it's below E, right? Okay, letter C is B, it's below middle C. Letter E is C, it's on the first ledger line on the bottom, okay? Number 12, write the letter names of the notes. So you can skip bass clef, it's optional if you'd like to do it. Bass clef, okay, so every good boy does fine. So that's the top note, F. Okay, so we are, if you're lost, we're right here, okay? All right, so F, count up from F, F, G, A. The next one is A. Okay, count up another one, that's F, G, A, B. So the third note is gonna be B. Count down your steps, B, C. What's the next one? B. So that's gonna be a B. All right, wait, hold on a second. F, G, A, B, So, okay. So this one's right here is a B. So, so you know, if you go down from a B, that space above the ledger line on the very top. So B, and that line is going to be what? A. Go down, it's going to be what? G. All right. Now go up from G. G, go up on that line. What's the next one? Is what? A. Space is B. The line is C. Okay. Did you see how I did that? G, A, B, C. G, A, B, C. See how I did that? It's all in your beginning of this book. Okay, how to do this, all right? Number 13, draw the grand staff and name the notes. So draw it. I don't have a pencil on me, but just draw it how you saw it in the beginning of your book. And draw a treble clef and bass clef. Bass clef is optional for number 13 if you'd like to complete it. So, excuse me, gracious. Spell the words to complete the sentence below. Okay. Before I go on to number 14, go back to 13. It says that you need to fill in the letter names. So remember, this one's treble clef, and it goes down here. This is for bass clef. If you'd like to do it, it's optional. This note and this note go down here. This note comes down here. This note comes down here, and this note here, this note here, and that note here. Okay, that's all for treble clef. All right. So number 14, spell the words to complete the sentence below. Now you can still do bass clef if you like, it's optional. The first three notes are what? On a space. So F-A. Do not write this down. I want you to do this with me next week. All right. Okay. The next note is on a line. Every good boy. The next note is on a space. F-A-C-E. All right, skip it and go to treble clef. And the last line there, we're right here. So F-A-C, F-A, every good boy is C. So I want you to find your notes just like I'm doing it, okay? Eventually you'll memorize your lines and spaces. You won't have to, you know, name these letter names, all right? On the very bottom down here, I spilled some coffee, sorry about that, in my book. On the bottom here, we have F-A-C-E. All four notes are on spaces. So F-A-C-E. And there you go, you're done. Oh, and don't forget to fill out this guy down here. Okay, right here. Don't miss that one. Okay, good job. So the next thing you'll be learning about is Unit 2, Lesson 6. That has to do with half notes, quarter notes, not eighth notes yet. And then the next page you'll be learning about Unit 2, Lesson 7. So I want you to fill in how many beats are in for number 1. Fill in the blanks with the correct number, okay? And then number 2, you're going to draw the stems the correct direction with the correct length, please. And you have your cheat sheet in the above on Lesson 6, page 10. So write the names of the notes between the staff, please, okay? Should look, I want to give you the answers, but when you have notes, look up here. When you have notes that are above the line, the B line on a treble clef, the lines are going to go down. But when your notes are below the B line, then the stems are going to go on the opposite side of that little circle there. Okay, they're going to go up. All right, just remember that. Okay, number 3, draw the treble clef and write the indicated notes. Use only notes within the staff. Okay, all right. Have any questions about that? Let me know in an email. C whole, that means a whole note. A quarter, pretty simple, right? A quarter note. E half, what's half? Half note. F whole, whole note. B quarter, quarter note. D quarter, quarter note. G half, half note. Okay. Again, number 4 is bass clef for violin students. You can do it if it's optional for you if you'd like to learn that. All right, let's go to the next page. Number 11, lesson 7. measure bar line and double bar line. Music is divided into equal parts by bar lines. Interesting. Okay, the area between the two bar lines is called a measure or bar. Okay, a double bar is written at the end of a piece. It is made up of one thin and one thick line, with thick line always on the outside. Okay. Exercises. Divide the staff below into 4 measures with a double bar at the end. A single staff does not begin with a bar line. It begins with, a single staff does not begin with a bar line. Okay, it just begins with a treble clef. Okay, so number 2, draw a treble clef. Divide the staff below into 4 measures with a double bar line at the end. And please read this with me if you are doing this right now. Write any whole note in each measure. Name the notes on the lines below the staff. All right, pretty simple, right? Okay. So number 3, draw a bass clef. Now, this is optional if you are doing this with me. If there are any questions about that, please let me know. Number 4, draw a grand staff. Divide the staff below into 4 measures with a double bar line. Write any 2 half notes in each measure. Alternate stem direction and staffs like we did on page 10. Name the notes on the lines below the staff. Now, begin with a bar line before the clef signs, okay? When there is a grand staff, only when there's a grand staff, okay? All right, good job. So next lesson we will talk about page 12 and 13, and we'll get more into counting. So good job. Remember to practice your bow hold every single lesson, all right? And go ahead and practice your book that we just talked about for the essential elements for strings. And I hope you have a great day. Enjoy Sunday. Don't practice Sunday unless you skip Saturday. All right. Bye-bye.